Let's go next to our caller from the 361 area code. Who's calling today from 361?
Hello, this is Dill calling in from Texas. Is this me?
Yes, it is Bill from Texas.
Yep. All right. So I just wanted to ask. So it's pretty clear that Bernie is not going to be winning this nomination, but is it overwhelmingly likely that Joe Biden necessarily gets a majority? Not that I'm advocating any contested convention, but I was just curious. Is he going to get like an outright majority? Is that
I
like a
believe that he
likely
is. I
scenario?
believe he is. Remember, Bernie said whoever has a plurality should get the nomination. So I don't think it'll make a difference. Biden will certainly have a plurality. I think there's a good chance he ends up with a majority as well by the time it's all said and done.
Yeah, and I know Bernie said that he wouldn't contest it basically, but I was just thinking that if Biden somehow failed to get a majority, I didn't know if that would be a bad sign for the general election if that happened.
I don't believe so. And again, like I said, Bernie said at that debate, whoever has a plurality should be the nominee. So I don't think it's going to be an issue.
All right. Other than that, at this point, with the coronavirus and I guess stuff going on with oil prices, do you have any basic assessment of are we at a great risk for another recession, you think?
I think the answer is probably, but I can't control it, and therefore I'm not going to try to guess. So basically, at my age, um, my plan financially remains unchanged, which is if this is the great destruction, if this is the beginning of the end of the United States, it doesn't really matter where I put my money, I'm going to lose it all. So, under the assumption that this is not the end and that in the past every downturn has been followed by a recovery, my plan is to continue just investing in index funds, mostly equities with some bonds as appropriate for my age, sticking to my allocation and just keep accumulating shares with the idea that over the long term, I'm going to do okay. And then that way I don't have to worry so much about is it or isn't it a recession? I'm not trying to time anything or any of those things. That's my approach.
All right. Other than that, I guess my last question is just about Michigan in particular. I noticed that if you compare Biden's lead at this point to Hillary's lead at this equivalent point, his is actually lower, and she didn't even end up winning that. So, what do you think? I don't know if you have any thoughts on Michigan in particular, and our Democrats' odds of taking it back for their column.
No, I mean we're going to assess that all in a lot of detail once we get closer to the general, but no particular thoughts on that. Bill, thank you for the call. I really do appreciate it.